Recording in progress.
Hello everyone, good evening. I am Jairaj Jinendra. I am going to present static testing versus dynamic testing. These are my contents. First of all, I am going to introduce what is testing. Testing process is critical in the entire development and maintenance of software as it confirms that the product fits its requirements and can contain various situations without blemishes. The end result is to run a program or an application to detect software faults, omission, or deviations from the requirements in design. Static testing and dynamic testing come under software testing. What is static testing? In software development, static testing serves as an important quality assurance mechanism since it examines pieces of code, documentation, and related project elements in the course of development before actual implementation. These are the benefits of static testing. Static testing techniques, tools, and types. Static testing techniques. The subject of static testing is one of the most important techniques used in software testing and includes two major processes. Review is one of the central issues in static testing. These are the static testing tools. These are the static testing types. There are two types of static testing. One is manual static testing and other one is automated static testing. These are the objectives of static testing. These are the examples of static testing. These are the static testing framework. Static testing, reviews, and static analysis. Informal review, walkthroughs, technical reviews, inspection are come under reviews. Data flow, control flow, glycometric complexity are come under static analysis. Informal, walkthrough, peer review, inspection are come under static testing. Dynamic testing. Dynamic testing forms part of the main cornerstones of software quality assurance, whereby the live software is run to test how it performs against variation in various conditions. Dynamic testing is carried out in several levels, that is unit, integration, system and acceptance testing to confirm that the software operates as it should do in real-world operations. These are the benefits of dynamic testing. Dynamic testing techniques, tools, and types. Dynamic testing techniques. Dynamic testing tools. Functional testing tools. These are the dynamic testing tools. These are the dynamic testing types based on testing levels. These are the objectives of dynamic testing. These are the examples of dynamic testing. These are the dynamic testing framework. Test case design, test environment setup, test case execution, test analysis, bug reporting are come under dynamic testing phases. Levels of dynamic testing: unit testing, integration testing, system testing, acceptance testing, regression testing. Difference between static testing and dynamic testing. In static testing, testing without executing the code or program. But in dynamic testing, testing by executing the code or program. In static testing, performed early during software life cycle, but in dynamic testing, completed after writing and compiling the code. In static testing, to prevent defects by validating code and documents, but in the dynamic testing for defect location and fixing during execution. In static testing, code is not run, uses manual or automated verification. But in the dynamic testing, code is run with test data to observe behavior or output. In static testing, reviews, walkthroughs, inspections, and static analysis tools. But in the dynamic testing, unit testing, integration testing, system testing, and UAT. These are the revision questions and answers. What are the advantages and disadvantages of static testing? These are the advantages and these are the disadvantages. The second question is, what are the advantages and disadvantages of dynamic testing? Advantages and these are the disadvantages. Third one, what is the purpose of static and dynamic testing? Static testing and dynamic testing. The fourth one, who performs static and dynamic testing? The fifth one, why is static testing important in agile or DevOps environment? The sixth one is, what are the limitations of dynamic testing? Conclusion. Static testing and dynamic testing are both software quality assurance processes but serve a specific and complementary purpose. Static testing delivers early defect detection of code, design, and documentation without executing the program, saving time and money by preventing defects from being released. Static testing improves code quality and standard compliance by reviewing and static analysis. In contrast, dynamic testing involves executing the software to determine whether it indeed functions as it should, does its job under varying contexts, and run in acceptable ranges. Thank you.